Dear students, welcome to the MOOC on India's foreign policy in a globalizing world. In this lesson, we are going to discuss about China as a factor in India's nuclear program. Main objectives of this lesson are to understand India's nuclear program, to know the factors that led India to go for nuclear program, to know how China was a factor in India's nuclear program. We begin with the first part of the lesson, in which we will discuss about India's nuclear program since its independence. Disarmament contributes to peace by removing conflicts among states. Military capabilities encourage war, bring insecurity and promote arms race that may culminate in a war. However, global disarmament seems to be difficult to achieve. Several states believe that they can ensure the security of their territory by obtaining nuclear technology. India opposes nuclear proliferation and believes that real security is only possible through global disarmament and not by disarming the non-nuclear weapon states. Since the pursuit of global disarmament has become practically futile, India's nuclear policy objectives have been targeted globally. Let us discuss about India's nuclear program since its independence. Soon after attaining independence, India passed the Atomic Energy Act on 15th April 1948, leading to the establishment of the Atomic Energy Commission. The first step towards developing nuclear science and technology indigenously was taken by the Indian nuclear physicist Homi J. Bhabha in March 1944, when he submitted a proposal to the Sir Dorab Tata Trust to establish a nuclear research institute. This led to the creation of the Tata Institute of Fundamental Research on 19th December 1945 with Bhabha as its director. India since the early 1950s was trying its best to obtain nuclear self-sufficiency. India was beginning to shift from a uranium-based production capability to a plutonium-based one. The construction of India's first reactor, the Apsara Research Reactor, was undertaken with the British assistance in 1955. After long negotiations, Canada agreed to provide India with the Canada-India reactor, and it was coupled with the United States agreement to supply heavy water for the reactor. Thus, the project was named as CYRUS. This was a watershed development in nuclear proliferation, as it enabled India to go for the production of plutonium, thus bypassing the uranium enrichment process that would have been necessary to develop nuclear weapons. Thus, India was assisted by various countries in building of nuclear energy until 1970s. When India conducted its first nuclear detonation, countries such as the US and Canada were critical of India. It took several years for India to conduct a series of tests for nuclear weapons, which it ultimately did in 1998, that further cemented India's prestige. The series of tests were conducted with certain purposes: to win recognition of India as a major power, to catch up with China in strategic deterrence, to reassert strategic and technological superiority over Pakistan, to bolster morale and expertise of DRDO and BRC, to strengthen national defense at low cost while maintaining absolute civilian supremacy over nuclear policy, to boost the Vajpayee government's internal position. India is not internationally recognized as a nuclear weapon state under the terms of the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, even though it has acquired nuclear weapons. India went for its nuclear test in 1974, which it termed as a peaceful nuclear explosion, and in 1998 tested its nuclear weapons. Both the nuclear tests were condemned by several world powers at large. However, India has stated in clear and unequivocal terms that its nuclear weapons program was designed only for peaceful purposes, and it does not wish to jeopardize world peace. In a covert letter to the then United States President Bill Clinton, the then Indian Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee confessed that India's development of the nuclear weapons program clearly bears China in mind, and that the latter is an important consideration in India's development of its nuclear program. India has engaged in nuclear diplomacy, including the signing of the Indo-US Civil Nuclear Agreement in 2008, which allowed for civil nuclear cooperation between India and the international community, while recognizing India's unique status as a nuclear armed nation outside the NPT. I hope you understood about India's nuclear program since its independence. We will discuss about the factors, including China, determining India's nuclear program in the next video. Thank you.